Hello and welcome to the Market Monitor. I'm OSU Ag Economist John Michael Riley. And to start things off, unfortunately the news still remains that markets are largely under pressure. If we look at our summer crops, for the most part, corn, soybeans, cotton, all seeing downward movement throughout the last couple of weeks. A lot of that having to do with supply concerns. For the most part, the market is expecting a really big crop of soybeans, a really big crop of corn. We've discussed that in previous segments, and that just continues to be the case. With regard to cotton, we've seen a little bit of an increase right now as we're taping, but for the most part, it's been under pressure as well. A lot of that coming from a more expensive dollar. So we export a tremendous amount of our cotton. That higher dollar is weighing on the market for the most part. Turning our attention back to soybeans and corn, again, we've got some preliminary estimates from some private trading firms looking at a 53.6 bushel per acre soybean crop across the U.S. and 188.1 bushel per acre corn crop. Again, these are on the higher end of where we're at with USDA and speaks to this large crop that is expected across the U.S. That being said, there are some pockets of concern as we look across most of the Corn Belt, which was where most of the soybeans and corn are grown. We've got quite a bit of rain that's fallen across the western Corn Belt, largely focusing in on Iowa, and that does raise some red flags potentially as we are currently in this critical growing stage, and the corn crop and the soybean crop are in these really important developmental stages of that's going to potentially impact yield. But still the message is that these two commodities are looking to be quite large. Turning our attention to Oklahoma, the wheat crop finally is 100% completed. Nationally, roughly 80% completed, so still some of the northern plains are working on harvest. In terms of Oklahoma here with our corn and soybeans, corn crop is looking really good. It's finally starting to catch up with where we're at with typical progress throughout the growing season. We were behind obviously with all the rains in the early stages of planting and the growing season, but we're starting to catch up a little bit right there. Crop is for the most part looking really good. Soybeans still a little bit behind. Again, a lot of our soybean crop is double crop behind the wheat, so that late harvest with wheat has delayed some of that double crop, maybe even taken that off the board for some producers. But overall, the soybean crop still a little bit behind. Crop progress or crop ratings lagging a little bit here in Oklahoma. And so some of that heavy rains throughout the early parts of the growing season still having some impacts there. While nationally, the corn and soybean crop look really good. Here locally in Oklahoma, soybeans not nearly as positive a story in terms of the condition ratings as it is relative to the rest of the nation. Well, that's going to do it for me, and in spite of these market woes, it really emphasizes the importance of farm management. And until next time on the Market Monitor, I'm John Michael Riley.